Hello, it's time for January monthly beauty favorites and fails. I have a lot of great favorites to share with you today and some products that didn't work out for me at all. I also have a couple of products to give you updates on. I wanted to test out a little more thoroughly, so I'll be sharing all of that with you in today's video. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. I have a lot to go through today, so let's get into what I loved and didn't love in January. First off, I want to thank those of you who pointed out that there is in fact a sharpener on the end of the Huda Beauty lip pencils. I was pulling on the entire black end segment, didn't see that it was kind of hidden, so there is actually a sharpener on there. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. And secondly, before I get into all the rest of the products, the favorites and fails I have to share, I do want to give a huge congrats to my friends, Risa Does Makeup, my YouTube bestie, and Lisa J for their new collab that just went live this week. Risa has been talking about launching a lash line for as long as I can remember. This collaboration is just perfect for both of them. I'll have the links for it and all the products I'm sharing in this video linked down below in the description box so you can check anything out you want to after you finish this video. Now, the day this video that you're watching right now goes live, I'm out of town for a national event for my daughter, which is why I couldn't go to the launch party. The timing was just not great for me selfishly because I really wanted to be there. This is just really exciting, but so is my daughter's event, and that comes first, of course. And I think the lashes should be here for me to start playing around with when I return. So I'm excited about that. And I know a lot of you follow both of them too, so be sure and tell them congratulations. Dior launched a couple of new primers somewhat recently, and I've had a lot of requests to review and questions about the new Forever Velvet Veil Primer, which is supposed to be a 24-hour matte blurring primer, but the Sephora website says it has a radiant finish, which I think can be kind of confusing. So this has a very lotiony texture with a tint. Now that tint does not do anything to even out redness. It's just a tint. It would seem that this would sink in like a lotion because of how it appears when you first have it on your skin, but it starts to feel like a silicone primer when you blend it out, but it's not heavy or thick. It's more of just that smoothing silicone feel. There is a scent to it at first, but once it's blended out, once foundation is over it, I don't notice that scent anymore. I actually think the name Velvet is very appropriate for this because it's not a flat matte, it's more of a natural matte velvet finish. It has iris extract and red hibiscus extract. Those are supposed to comfort and illuminate the skin. It has natural origin hyaluronic acid that's supposed to hydrate and plump. So it's not just a mattifying primer, it does a little bit more. I've tried this with all types of foundations, including powder foundations. It does a great job of smoothing pores and imperfections, providing a smooth, even canvas for foundation to apply, and of course doing what a primer is supposed to do, which is extend the wear of your foundation and makeup. Now, this mattifying primer has never emphasized any dryness that I've had on my face, which happens this time of year. The perimeter of my face can get some dry, little flaky areas. It doesn't emphasize that, so that's really nice. Because my skin is combination, I do get some oil breakthrough, shine breakthrough in my T-zone, which is happening right now as I'm filming, actually. I don't know if it's because I live in such a humid environment that I just don't feel like this does as great of a job at preventing that shine breakthrough as long as I would like. It does give me kind of I guess a radiant finish as the day starts to go on, but it's a mattifying primer. So if I had to spend this kind of money on a primer, I personally prefer my Hourglass Vanish primer or the Milk Makeup primer. There are a few primers that I discovered over the past year that I have in my best high-end makeup of 2022 video. I'll have that link down below and up in a card. I think if you maybe live in a less humid area, if you have less shine breakthrough than I do, you might really like this. But for me, it was just okay. Let's redeem Dior a little bit by talking about the blush that I have on my face that I'm probably the last person in the world to try, but I finally tried the infamous viral Dior Backstage Rosy Glow blush. This is really a no-fail blush. It almost has this see-through ethereal glow to it. I don't know what made me finally buy this, but I'm really glad. This applies so well over bare skin, over just primer, over foundation directly, or over powder. I just have really enjoyed reaching for this because of the color. Yes, it's that no makeup fresh glow, but also because of how sheer and buildable it is. It just does give you that lit from within look that I love so much. This is a Dior product that I think is truly worth the money, that I'm so glad that I finally picked up in January. I have two under eye concealers to share with you today. I feel like that's a little bit odd for one monthly favorites video. I don't know why, but I feel like breaking up the face products with an eye product really quickly. This is what I have on my eyes today, and it's drugstore. This is the Koki Goddess Artist Palette. Now, there are other color stories in this artist palette series. I just have this very warm toned one that I really like for my blue eyes, but there are other shades to choose from, and I've been pretty blown away by this quality. Now, I don't always think swatches are an indicator of how a palette performs. Sometimes a palette can swatch really nicely and not perform well, and vice versa. But I do want to show you how this palette swatched, going from the top row down to the bottom. It swatched really nicely with the exception of these dark shades. However, I have used both of these several times and they perform nicely on my eyes. I actually lined with just this dark shade today and it functions really nicely as a liner. I have used this palette several times to get entire eye looks. I've used it for one and done looks, just reaching for the shimmers. They're not chunky. They're very flattering. I really like the quality of this. The cost is nice. It's drugstore. I'm not sure where you get Koki in person. I think I sourced it from Amazon. If I can source it in a couple of places, I definitely will in my description box, where everything I'm sharing is listed and linked for you as always. But yeah, this has been a really nice palette. I've been enjoying playing with this month and will continue to enjoy, and I would actually like to get this in more colors. In January, Urban Decay launched their new Quickie concealer. It's 0.55 ounces. I kind of feel like this is their version of Urban Decay's sculpting concealer, the one that's in the larger tube. It has this soft angled brush to kind of spread it around. The shade that I got is 40NN, which is light medium neutral, light to medium skin with neutral undertones. But I feel like it's slightly warm toned. It's not a true neutral undertone. If you're looking into that, I do think that that's important to note. This is supposed to be a waterproof, lightweight formula that gives you 24-hour full coverage with one swipe. It's also infused with vitamin E to hydrate and give a natural skin-like finish. And of course, it's in this large tube because it's multi-use. It's supposed to be good for under eyes or the face. Now, I've tried this numerous times and I just find that it is not hydrating enough for me. I'm 47. I have texture and dryness underneath my eyes along with dark circles. I do like the coverage, but it does start to emphasize my texture, my dryness under my eyes as the day goes on. I much prefer Too Faced Born This Way, but I think if you're not as dry as I am, you might really enjoy this. It does seem to be getting nice reviews. I just personally need something that is more hydrating than this, which is pretty common with me and a lot of full coverage, long wearing concealers. That leads me to updating you on Dior Forever Skin Correct Concealer. I promised you I would come back with more of a verdict after having originally tried it in my dedicated review. If you haven't seen that, I'll have it linked down below as well as up in a card. And I'm thinking some of you never saw that video because I've had questions about this concealer since that video went up. So if you are not being notified of my videos, or anyone else's for that matter that you're subscribed to, and you are certain that you've hit that notification bell to be notified, YouTube no longer reliably notifies you of new uploads from channels you're subscribed to. Isn't that great? What I do every time I log into YouTube, if I'm wanting to watch videos from channels I'm subscribed to, is go to my subscriptions section. That lists in order from newest to oldest all of the new uploads from all the channels I'm subscribed to. I basically treat that like it's my YouTube homepage because those are the channels that are most valuable to me. Another thing you can do if you want to make sure you see my videos in particular is make sure you're subscribed to my weekly newsletter. You can do that over on my blog. I have the link here on the screen as well as down in the description box. I send out a blog newsletter about once a week and it always has my new video uploads in it. That way you're sure you don't miss any. So that's just another thing that you can do to make sure you're not missing any uploads. I've had questions from some of you who have only been seeing my shorts asking me if all I'm putting out is shorts. No. Shorts are supplementing my long form content. They're not replacing any of it. As creators, we need to use all the new tools that YouTube comes out with. And so a lot of us are doing that so we don't get penalized if we don't, but I'm still putting out long form content. It's not going away. Okay, back to the concealer. So I've been wearing this throughout the month to give you more of a verdict because the original was a holy grail skin-like everyday concealer for me. So I am in shade 2CR. It's not perfect for me. I go in depth with that in that other video I have linked. This is the Urban Decay Quickie in 40NN, just so you can see the two compared. After having tried this numerous times now, what are my thoughts? I think it's fine. I also think that it doesn't keep my under eye area as hydrated all day long if I have a long day as the original. I do notice some dryness and texture that comes out towards the end of the day that I did not have with the original formula. If I have an average day, that's not really an issue. As we talked about in that other video when we did the ingredient breakdown, it could be an entirely different concealer basically, so that's kind of not a surprise. I don't dislike it. I really don't. I think it's fine. Is it still my holy grail under eye skin light concealer? No, it's not. So what I'm doing, or what my goal is over the next few months, is to update you with some top product lists. It's been a while and I have some new favorites and need to update those lists for you. Top concealers, primers, powders, different types of foundations. Concealers is going to be one of my very first ones, so I can share with you what my top favorite concealers are of different types at this point in time. But this is okay. It's not my favorite. I've shared a lot of favorites from Kopari here on my channel, just in various videos. I've had really great luck with the brand. So I'm sitting here with the Kopari Pink Glow Exfoliating Polish. This was, I think, a launch in mid to late 2022. So this has AHA, PHA, golden peptides, and sea salt. It's for the body. It's got physical, chemical, and enzymatic exfoliants to resurface the skin. The golden peptides are to restore the skin. It's supposed to let your radiance shine through, and it's grapefruit scented. It's a very natural grapefruit scent, which I do love. I've tried this numerous times, and it may just be me, but the texture of this is just not what I prefer in a scrub. This was sent to me in PR, and I was really excited about trying it because, like I said, I typically get along with a lot of Kopari products, but this has a very oily consistency to it that almost overrides the exfoliation properties of it. I don't feel like I'm getting that exfoliation because my skin just feels so slippy, like there's a film on it. I don't know. It's just not my preferred scrub texture. So this was kind of a bust for me when I tried it in January. I do love the way it smells, and I know it's also chemical and enzymatic. It's not just physical, but just didn't really like the film, even though it left my skin soft. You can't win them all, I guess. And this one, as pretty as the packaging is, it just didn't do it for me. I was browsing around Ulta's website, as I do. I think this was at the end of December, and I came across Buxom Plump Shot Collagen Infused Lip Serum. I was intrigued by the description, so I got it to try it out and ended up really liking it. So I put it in this little box to talk to you about in this video. I've had good luck with Buxom products overall, and this is kind of a thinner formula than their glosses. It's got kind of a minty, I don't even want to use the word tingle to it, but I mean, you feel the mintiness of it. It's got kind of a sweet smell to it, and it just feels really nice. And it does a really nice job of plumping, but without leaving your lips feeling goopy or anything. As I'm getting older and losing the fullness in my lips and seeing more lip lines come through, I appreciate finding a nice, comfortable lip plumper. This fits the bill. This has pure vegan collagen and tripeptides to promote fuller looking lips over time, which I love. It also has hyaluronic acid filling spheres and several oils, subaki, avocado, and jojoba oils to condition, hydrate, and smooth the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. So earlier this week, I get this PR package and it's got a bunch of different shades of this same product. So what's been on my lips during this video is the shade Hypnotic Garnet, which you would think would be very deep and dark. It even looks deep and dark here in the tube, but these are their new sheer tints that are in this line, and I've really been enjoying them. I'm just gonna put a little bit more of this on so you can see even the dark and bright tints are very wearable. Soft Blush and Dolly Babe are the other two shades I've been reaching for the most. These differ from their other lip plumping products because they're a little bit thinner of a formula. They have the oils, and I find them to be more conditioning, more soothing to my lips, and just super comfortable. I've really been liking these. Some people might not like them because they have that sheer tint to them as opposed to being more opaque, but I really like that. I like wearing these alone, over lip liner, over lipstick. They're pretty versatile. This is the Jurlique Rose Silk Finishing Powder, and I was excited to try it. I like the flip top lid on this loose setting powder container. It's got a little sifter here. Man, this has such a fragrance to it. Even after it's applied, I have to say this is one of my big fails for this month. The scent of rose, which I normally am good with if it's pretty soft, it blew me away. It's blowing me away right now as I'm sitting here talking to you. I know scent is a big issue for a lot of us, and I can usually take it if it dissipates, but it just never seemed to go away with this powder. So this was a big fail for me in January. Even if this is the most beautiful powder in the world, I could not stand the scent. I'm very into protecting and taking care of my neck and chest area, especially as I get older. Things can go south pretty quickly, and Strivectin has this Tighten and Lift Pep Tight Tightening Neck Serum roller that I've been loving. I actually think this product is so smart. First of all, I do really love Strivectin's neck products. This one is really nice. I've been enjoying applying this to my neck. But what is so great is the packaging. You twist it to turn it on. The product squeezes up underneath the roller. I then rotate it to turn it off so I don't keep squeezing product out as I'm applying it. And then you roll the product onto the area and massage it in with the roller until it is fully absorbed. The idea is to use this roller almost like it's a stone roller massaging tool. So you not only get that massaging effect, you can actually use it in the same motion you would use a massaging roller or a gua sha. You can use it along the jaw, down the neck. It enhances the absorption of the product and gives you all of the same benefits you would get if you were using a massaging tool. Lymphatic drainage, stimulation. I don't notice a scent to this. It's got a really nice, light, lotiony texture. It's great for daytime, for nighttime. I enjoy using neck creams for this area. Sometimes the neck can be a little sensitive when it comes to products, and taking things you put on your face down your neck can cause a reaction or whatnot, and neck creams that are formulated for this area can be really nice. I enjoy my Necessaire neck cream still, but I just ran out and started using this and have been really loving it. Because these eye creams kind of function the same way, I'm going to talk about them together. They're also in similar packages. So we have the Charlotte Tilbury Cryo Recovery Eye Serum. It's got Ice-Awake technology, caffeine complex. She's always got a name for everything. And it's supposed to make your eyes appear depuffed and brighter. And then we have the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Instant Eye Fix with vitamin B, caffeine, and green tea. So the Hard Candy has this little rollerball applicator. You're supposed to apply it and then let it sit and dry under your eyes before you go in with your makeup. Charlotte Tilbury has a slanted metal applicator. You squeeze it out and apply it under your eyes and then apply makeup or skincare or whatever. Now, I just got this hard candy product a month ago, and I can't find this particular one anywhere. The only version I can find is a tinted version, a brightener. The one I have is clear. I don't know what the deal is with that. It's not even on their website. Neither one of these did really anything for my under eye area. They both pill underneath concealer, underneath makeup. I actually find my under eye area to be drier with the Charlotte Tilbury. I don't know what's up with that. This one that's supposed to, give you that instant fix by depuffing with that film, I just never have good luck with those because they either are drying or they pill up once you start putting things on top of them. And if you try to put them on over makeup, it just takes off the makeup underneath. These are just not good products for my under eyes anyway, and they were big fails in January. I almost shared these with you in December, but I had only had them for a short period of time. I wanted to play with them a little bit more, as I always do. I like to give things a good go before I give you my verdict, and I'm glad I waited because I've gotten to travel with Persona's new brush bundle. These are sold separately, these double-ended brushes, and I like them more than I thought I would, actually. So she had a double-ended brush out already that I have thoroughly enjoyed. I actually have two of these. This is her blush and highlighter brush. It's really nice, really soft, and it's the perfect size if you're someone like me that has kind of a small face. And she launched 4 new brushes, 3 eye brushes and 1 for base and concealer. Now, I've used this for foundation, but I've also used it for finishing powder, for powder foundation, and the density and the softness are perfect for basically anything you want to use it for. This is great for concealer or powder. And these eye brushes, although great for travel, are also great for every day. I left them in my travel bag. I knew I was going on another trip, but I found myself missing them every day. I kind of want to get another set. I'll put close-ups of the eye brushes on the screen so you can see them a little better. We first have the detail and line brush that has an angled liner, and then a flat brush that has a little bit of softness to it, which I really appreciate. I like a softness to my eyeliner, and I line with shadows quite a bit. So this is a brush I've gotten a lot of use out of. I make my initial line with that angled brush, and then I'll smudge things or line my lash line with that flat brush, and it just works really nicely. Now, this is the Define and Smudge brush. You have a very small pencil brush, which always comes in handy for lining or doing detail work, and then this little smudge brush, which is great for the crease, for the outer third, and then a blend and apply brush. I can apply shadow with this, also blend things out in the crease, and then of course you have the fluffy brush for blending, for applying shades to your transition. And of course I do travel with my Persona pencil case. Is that what this is called? Pencil case? I don't know. I used to have her bigger pouch. I think I lost it in our move. I don't know. I miss it because it was such an organized little bag. But I've really been enjoying these. So if you're someone who's a multitasker, if you like efficiency, I think you'll like these brushes too. The stone jewelry pieces that I've had on throughout this video are from the new Rose Quartz collection from Davidson. I have been loving these so much and have been wearing them with everything. So we have the earrings, the necklace, and the ring and bracelet as well. I hope you can see that against the sweater. It's a soft, multifaceted blush shade that's just really special and is a little bit different than just a neutral, yet it goes with everything. I've worn these pieces with not just neutrals like I'm wearing today, but with green, hot pink, navy, you name it. They go with everything. Plus, they're very giftable pieces. I always say that when I'm talking about Davidson. You just can't go wrong. So I wanted to let you know about this new collection. If you didn't know, it's a brand I just really enjoy wearing, giving to other people, and it's a brand that's classic yet always on trend. Speaking of brands that I enjoy wearing and that I wear a lot, let's talk about the shirt that I have on. It's a soft oatmeal in this super soft, very thin sweatshirt type fabric. I don't know if that makes sense at all. When you think of sweatshirts, they are usually very thick. This is not. It's very thin, and I mean, the softness is unbelievable. I feel like I say that every time I talk about Athleta, but I love this, as I do many things from the brand. There are also thumb holes, which I appreciate. I kind of ordered this on a whim in a medium tall because I have a long torso. I think I could have gotten away with the regular length though. There's also side slits, great for wearing with leggings, with shorts even. I feel like you could wear this with anything. And I do love the thinness, which will take it from season to season very easily. I also picked up 2 pairs of pants. I feel like we're seeing more pants lately, and I thought I would just check both of these out and maybe send one back and keep the other, but I'm keeping them both. One is more wide leg than the other. So the first I'll show you is the narrow leg, I guess if you can call it that, just the, I guess, straight up and down, slightly cropped. It looks like they have a zipper, but they don't. They're pull on, the waist is elastic, but it doesn't look elastic. The side pockets have a concealed zipper here. I don't know if you can see that, which I think is nice. Sometimes with pockets, they can kind of gap, and these don't. There are also back pockets for those of you who like back pockets. These have a nice weight to them. They drape really nicely. I might get them in another color besides black, but you know, I wear black a lot. I got those pants in a size 6 for reference. Now the black pants I feel like are a little bit bigger than the others. I got a medium. I feel like pre-holidays I probably could have gotten a small. Maybe after Mardi Gras when I start eating healthier, I'm probably just gonna stick with the medium for now. So this elastic waist is a little bit taller and stretchier, and the zipper is on the back pocket, which I think adds a cute detail. There's also a concealed small zip pocket next to the regular side pocket that you would normally have. These are also a nice weight. I feel like both of the pants have this wrinkle-free fabric. I could be wrong about that, but that's the way they feel. They're not too thin. They feel high quality, as most Athleta products do in my experience, yet they don't feel so heavy that you're going to be hot. And I'm keeping them both. I wasn't planning on it, but I am. After months of hunting for a bath tray, I was originally going for a certain type of look, but in the end, I got just a bamboo bath tray with a flip-up stand where I could prop up a book, my iPad, my phone, whatever, and it has some adjustability to it, a removable soap tray. It's actually very functional, more functional than what I was originally going to get. I love taking baths. I love reading in the bath, and I found that I wasn't doing that because I didn't have a bath tray in my new tub in our new house. And if you haven't seen my house tour that I put up finally, I'll have that link down below and up in a card. Thank you all so much for your kind words, those of you that have seen it. I know it took me a while to finally get that up. I'm so glad that I finally did and that you guys are enjoying it. I also wanted to share something that you saw in that tour, and that is the foaming soap dispensers. I've been meaning to share these in probably my last 2 or 3 monthly favorites videos because we use these every single day, and I'm not sure if a lot of people know about them. They're aesthetically pleasing, and all you do is put foaming soap in them and they work perfectly. I was nervous that they would malfunction or clog up, but they haven't. They have worked beautifully for months now. I love sharing lifestyle and household products in these monthly favorites videos when I find things I love, and we have been loving those. Since we're talking about home items, last month I shared my Stanley cup that I've been loving, but I talked about how it didn't keep beverages cold nearly as long as other tumblers that I use, and I was talking about how it didn't really close off, and several of you informed me that you just twisted this to close it off. So I learned that. Thank you very much. Did not know that, but I stand by my statement that this does not keep beverages cold nearly as long as the tumblers that I was using previously. On their website, Stanley claims that this keeps beverages cold for around 11 hours. That is what I've experienced. The tumblers that I previously used claim 24 hours, which is what I've experienced from those. Now, if you are interested in those or in keeping beverages colder or ice solid longer than in the Stanley cup, I will have the ones that we love down below. There are some really, really cute ones too that I've shared in videos previously. I'm still using this. I still love it. There are times though when I do want to keep my ice cold longer or solid. If I'm out in the heat and I have a cup with me in the car, I'll probably bring one of my other ones with me. My longtime favorites. I'll have those linked and listed down below if you want to know what those are. I know it's January and this product that I'm showing on screen is Christmas themed, but if you're a fan of The Office, I wanted to put it in here. I got this office puzzle for Christmas. I completed it in January. And it was actually harder than what I thought it was going to be, but it was a lot of fun to do. The sense of accomplishment was there once I was finished. I'll try and find some that aren't Christmas themed and link those too down below, because I know some of you like puzzles like I do. Every now and then I just get in the mood to do one, and it lives on our table for a while I'm doing it. I enjoyed this one. It was a challenge, so I wanted to share it, and I'll try to find a couple of similar options if you're not wanting that Christmas theme. What did you love or not love in January? And do you have any products that you want me to test out to start trying for upcoming videos? Let me know those in the comments down below. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. I love doing these monthly favorites and fails every month, gathering the products, making my lists, and a very special thank you to the members of my Stephanie Marie Circle for showing extra support to me and my channel, and especially to those premium members for going above and beyond. It means so much to me. I hope all of you enjoyed today's video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!